Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Manchester, New Hampshire, to the Charles J. Quinn Gymnasium at the West Side High School, Manchester West, or just West as we call it now, for our presentation of boys NHIAA D2 basketball. Host West, bringing in Kennett from up north, North Conway. Rich McDonough here on the mic with Kyle Heavey as usual, and we got a big-time game between two pretty evenly matched teams who are fighting for the best playoff position they can.
Yeah,
always good to be with you, Kyle.
For West, I mean, obviously an 8-3 record, a pretty good thing. They started undefeated before some tough losses to Pembroke and others. And for Kennett, they started off on fire as well, but they are sitting at 6-5,
right,
and trying to get back on the winning track. But they're still pretty close in the standings, both teams.
Yeah, just a couple points separating them. Both teams have lost 3 of their last 5, and we got to watch their high-flying scorer for West tonight. There's number 1. He's guarding the captain, David Bailey, for the Eagles. And Max Shosa, all he's doing this year is leading D2 in scoring by a comfortable margin at 26.8 points a game.
Yeah, I saw a lot of his games last year, and he was able to really bring a highlight reel to the Quinn Gymnasium for West. And, well, he's continued his way this year, and we'll see what they can do going forward in the season. But obviously this game's still tied at 0.
Yeah, well, all 6'5" of them gets to the wing, tries for a 3-ball, nothing doing, and Bailey comes down with that rebound. He's a junior captain, and he is their athlete and a leaper, as their coach has described.
Yeah, I had a chance to talk to him before the game, and very polite, gave a lot of information about the team, and they're going to be running more of a zone while Wes is going to be doing more of a man. So it's going to be unique to see that on defensive side, which is working. But so far, both teams are working on their defense pretty well.
All right, and coaching Manchester West is Rich Otis. He's in his first year, no stranger to the gym here. And the longtime experienced coach, Jack Loyne, coaches the Kennett Eagles.
Yeah, Rich obviously was an assistant here last year before taking the head coaching role. And, wow, big 3 there.
Huge 3 by Taven Porter. He's a smooth shooter. I had him identified as a smooth shooter, and he just showed us why. Senior point guard. West works it around. They find that's always a good call, is get to 6'5". Shosa inside, and he goes up and over the rim. And it's 3-2 in favor of Kennett at the moment. Yeah, you don't want to get in a running game with these guys from West if you're Kennett. But taking it down the lane there is Porter. He dishes it back outside, and here comes Big Max Shosa with an excellent block at the 5:56 mark. His team down 2-3.
Yeah, he definitely is able to bring the energy to this gymnasium between being able to block shots like that, or if he gets a chance, we'll see what happens later on in the game if he can get a dunk in here as well.
Well, one of my keys to the game was to get Shosa hot quickly, and they got him going already. That's a good thing. All right, 5:40 and counting in the first quarter here at West. West is down 3-2 to Kennett Eagles. Again, both teams are in the in the pack, in the herd for playoff position. Only 14 teams make it, and you want to get on a hot run as we were only a few weekends away from the end of the season and the startup of the preliminary round.
Referee's getting in the way there.
They're used to being in the way of each other. It's Gary Walsh and his son Connor Walsh doing the duties tonight. Got the chance to talk to the nice guys. All right, banging one down from the 3-ball range is Porter, and that one drops to the bottom of the twine, and up 6-2 go the Eagles over the Blue Knights. Knights are out in the spread offense, now looking for some cutters. Edmonds does cut down the lane, and a good kick out from that's Bailey. Again, I described him as the athlete, and he showed his athleticism there on that quick kick.
This gymnasium obviously is very difficult, not much room on the baselines for either squad, and plus adding the cheerleaders on the other side makes it even less room.
And Tristan Jones subs in for the Eagles, going in for Robertson. Tristan Jones is a freshman. They're a young team. They graduated 4 seniors last year, Kyle, and most of their teams, 7 out of the 12, are underclassmen. That's a rarity.
Certainly is, but with a 6-5 record, obviously they're showing their abilities as a young squad.
Absolutely. And you and I have talked about it, and I coached for many, many, many years. I almost don't like to say how many decades it was at this point. Good. Off to the races goes Edmonds. He gets to the rim and draws a foul at 4:25, trailing by 4. But My old adage was experience is what you get when you don't get what you want. And by the time February hits, you're experienced, folks.
Yeah, I mean, here we are sitting at the 5th of February at this point, and I feel tough spot for the Blue Knights this week as they have 4 games, and they're going to have officially 5 games in 8 days.
Yeah, that's
going
tough.
back to last Friday as well.
They got a couple makeups, right, Kyle?
Yeah, this obviously was a makeup game from, I believe it was early January when Kennett was supposed to come down here, but we're not able to.
Right, and I saw their schedule's pretty crammed, and that becomes tough no matter who you play. All right, Edmonds gets to the line, knocks off 2, and it's 6-4 at the 4:25 mark. Little substitution game with Max Hood coming in. I think we've covered his brother playing hockey, haven't we, Kyle?
We absolutely have, as they are a very athletic family.
All right, and good battle for it underneath. We had too much contact underneath the basket there, and that's going to go against the Blue Knights. And watch number 1 tonight. Big milestone possible. He's 41 points short and entering the game of 1,000, right?
Yeah, 42 is officially,
42.
and he's got 2 already in this game, so he's 40 points away. But it's going to have to take a little bit, a lot of emphasis to try to get him. And, well, the Eagles, on the other hand, are putting some emphasis on their defense.
And getting to the rough. I saw that kid play. Bo Nung is a coach's son, and he's athletic, and he can get once in a while. He can get a little out of it over his skis there, and he did that time. But picks up a good rebound, draws a hard foul from West in the form of Obando. 3:41 and counting. Rich McDonough, Kyle Hebe tonight at the Quinn Gymnasium at West, and it's 6-4 for the visiting Kennett Eagles as we get our first break in the action.
Well, for a team that scores a lot in West, to have them only have 4 points through the first 4+ minutes, that's a huge win for Kennett as it is.
Big time.
Both teams do have 2 fouls so far, so smart move by Kennett to try to get some fouls being put on the Blue Knights.
Well, I'll tell you, Coach Jack Loyne for the Kennett Eagles must have seen some of the things that we saw. 2 of the 3 losses for the Blue Knights. They were in their I think they scored only 30 against Hanover, and they were in the 40s in their other loss to Valley.
Something's in the water up in Hanover this year.
They have a suffocating defense. You frequently see teams scoring 30, 35. A couple of times they scored 20 or 18.
And even their boys and girls hockey teams are looking very strong. But when it comes to the playoffs in March, anything is possible.
Absolutely. And that's what you want. You get in position, get in the tournament, and you take your shot. Just ask Pelham last year.
Yeah, both teams know a little bit about Pelham for sure.
Yeah, they went on a heck of a roll. So anyway, we're at 3:30 and counting at Quinn Gymnasium at 6-4. And West is looking to tie it up or even take the lead here with a 3-ball. Nice dish underneath. And they just hit Hood, who just came in the game. And he drops 2 and knots it up at 6 at 3:15. Good entry pass off the hands. Couldn't handle it was Tristan Jones. Again, lanky freshman wearing number 14 in black. He'll get the next one.
And for West, I got to give them some love as their coach coached at Pembroke for 5 years and won a state championship. So he knows what it takes to help out in March. Long 3 here.
And there he goes. Didn't Coach Otis also coach Trinity years ago?
I believe he might have.
Yeah.
He certainly knows this area of the state quite well with the basketball, and good to see him at West and having a pretty good season. And obviously when you have number 1, Max.
All right, Porta goes down the lane, can't handle it, and Max comes up with it. Dishes it off to the wing. Little keep away right there, and then draining the 3-ball from the corner is number 4. That's Will Tanavasa. He was a transfer from Hopkinton this year where he was all-state in D3, and certainly Coach Otis is glad to see him wearing white and royal blue. 2:32 with another break, another timeout, and it's 12-6 now.
Pretty impressive, as it was just 6-4 in favor of Kennett just a matter of 2.5 minutes ago, and now West has just gone on a big run here, and obviously Kennett needs some time to figure things out and start making some shots.
Sure. Well, and Coach Loyne has been around. He emphasized to me earlier when we got to speak that They're a young team, as I said just a while ago while you and I were discussing it. They did graduate 4 players from a good team last year. You know, they were the 10th seed, and they won in their first round. And, again, they did lose to Pembroke. All right, 2:32 as the Eagles get it back into play. Into inbound is David Bailey, the junior captain, as we saw so far. He is very athletic and a quick. He's as much as anything, he's quick to the leap. And he nice posts up, puts his back to the rim, and gets a shot off. Porter with the rebound. Nothing doing, he's closed in, and he dishes it outside to Tristan Jones. Jones swings it around to the top of the peak. Unable to hit there is Owen Robertson. And it remains 12-6 as we come up on 2 minutes left in the first period.
I can say for Kennett right there, use the backboard. That was your backboard is your friend. If you can angle it right, just ask Tim Duncan.
Use the box. So we used to teach the kids in CYO. We had total box lessons. Now Kennett went to a zone there, and it seems to have stymied the Blue Knights just a bit, but they'll figure that out. And again, when in doubt, go to Big Max underneath.
Fouls on Tristan Jones there. That's his second, 3rd on the team.
And Jones
will get out from underneath here.
Yeah, he's stuck in the middle. And there's Max. Just throw it up high. He is 6'5", but I think when he raises those arms, he's almost 8 feet.
He's up to 7 points.
8.5 feet.
Backboard not called there. And
beautiful look.
Both Coach Otis and the fans were both all pretty flabbergasted with that.
That was a fantastic look inside, finding Bailey, and here comes Max. He's feeling it. He's feeling it, and he lets his defender know that he hit that one. You got a senior on freshman right there.
Tough spot to be in as a freshman.
Absolutely. Great look inside, finishing by Porter, and you gotta like that look there by Robertson. And we got another whistle on the floor at 1:09 and it's 17-10. Looks like it's gotten a little chippy in the last minute, don't you think, Kyle?
Certainly seems that both teams are getting to know each other very well for the first 7 minutes of this contest. A 17-10 lead by West, but Coach Otis is not pleased with the lack of defense there to allow a guy to be able to be on the baseline making that shot so
and
easily.
2 in a row.
And
just
2 in a
like
row.
That. Yeah. They'll fix that. They'll clean that up.
Fool me once, it's on me. Fool me twice, you know.
Right on. All right, here we are at Quinn, 1:09 in the first quarter. Blue Knights doing a good job on home court after trailing early, trying to figure things out. They are up 17-10. With just over the minute left.
I was joking with some of the Kennett kids. I could imagine being up in North Conway and then having to go to some of these teams that they have to face, such as Conval. I mean, Peterborough.
That's a beating, yeah.
And then also you got Sauhegan isn't always the easiest to get to as well.
All right, pretty good drive there by Tanavasa. He gets interrupted by the entire zone D there. Oh, and picking it up. Here comes Max. Will he go to north? And he does! Getting into the rack with a cram. That'll put him up 19-10. And Shosha has 9 points already.
12. So he's already on a mission here.
I forgot about that last 3 ball. And nice job getting it underneath and over the other side of the rim was Edmonds. And Tevin gets to the rack and he banks it in. As Billy Rafter would say, a little kiss off the glass. 33.5 on the clock, 21-10 for the home court Blue Knights.
A 17-4 run over the last 4 minutes here, Rich, is really helping the Blue Knights take this lead. And you know, you can feel the energy in this gym. These fans loving it over here.
To say the least.
Well, make that a 18 to
all right, Tanavasa finishes that off. He's averaging 7.4 a game, and really a great supporting cast member.
Smart move. Just give a little bit more room against Max,
right,
and going up strong with that layup.
Yeah, Bailey, you know, he posted up beautifully. Experienced guy, physical, athletic. He's going to hold up just fine against the excellent Max Shosa. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, going to the 3 ball, nothing doing.
Put it up. Oh, it gets out of bounds. And youth right there was kind of against him in some ways with trying to figure out that.
I tell you, Chavez goes 3-ball right there. You know, you don't see the centers in high school level going to the 3-ball so often. But that puts one in the books already, folks. It's 22-12 for Manchester West. Blue Knights hosting Kennett. The Kennett Eagles came all the way down from North Conway, and they might still be trying to iron out the kinks from a long drive.
You know, they were here early. The JV game was pretty exciting there, as they were willing to sit here and watch them all try their best. I was very impressed with the fans coming out here, and you know, glad to be here to see our first game here at the Quinn Gymnasium.
Yeah,
as we've hit every other gym, but we've come to let other people come over and commentate over here on the west side.
Sure.
But now
and we got to see Nugget at the end of the JV game lighten up the crowd.
Nugget definitely was the highlight of the night up until Max's dunk there, as that was a lot of energy, a lot of chanting, cheering. It was impressive to see who was their favorite player on the JV squad.
All right, here we go to quarter number 2, inbounding, and down 22-12 are the Kennett Eagles. Putting it in play is Marcus Twomey. He's another freshman for Coach Loyne, and he's showing some good chops so far. Coach really likes his game, thinks he can do a lot of good for this Kennett Eagles squad. All right, and they get it outside, trying to work the inside out, nothing doing. They lose the handle of the ball, and Shosha goes to the ball, takes a foul, and they waved that off. It was on the floor before he got to the air.
And he doesn't like that call.
Yeah, well, NBA, he would have dropped that one, and David Bailey takes that foul.
I mean, I think James Harden has made almost $100 million on plays like that.
All right, and taking a seat right now is Tristan Jones. Going in from his Porter. Porter had a good quarter, and he's going to have to amp up his game to support Bailey. All right, 7:35 in the second quarter here, second of 4, we hope. 22-12 for the Blue Knights over the Eagles. And guarding closely, Shosa, is David Bailey. Bailey can run all night from the looks of it, and he might have to today. And there goes Shosa to the 3-ball again. Gives a big thumbs up to the Blue Knights crowd, and they are loving what they're seeing right there.
And a steal here.
And stolen right back.
Wow, that was a quick possession.
That was a battle of 15s in Obando and Robertson. And here comes Kennett with the ball. Porter out top. Good cut inside, nothing doing. Good defense by Tanavasa. All right, Nung handles it, gets it outside wide. And here comes Bailey with a little turnaround. Can't get it. Back rims, front rims. And off to the races goes Tanavasa. Good head fake and ball fake. Gets to the rim and drops it in. And bang zoom, folks, at 6:30 and counting. It is 27-12 after West was down 6-4 early in the first.
It seems like the energy drinks have worked or something for the West, as they have been able to figure this out. And to be able to be up 15 points already, it's impressive to see early in this contest.
Well, I'll tell you, Marcus Twomey had a real good cut, and it was a great feed, and he was just too generous. I think he should have gone up. He's got an athletic frame. Get that ball up there, young man. He's a freshman. He'll certainly learn.
And that one, very bright shoes as well.
He sure does. Holy smokes. That's brighter than any highlighter I've got. 6:13, and after the turnover, West has the ball looking to create, and they are up 15. Looking for more, folks.
Max running around. Ray Allen type play.
Yeah, one of my notes was pick away to get him free. They tried, nothing doing. But taking a foul in tight after a good rebound was Tanavasa, and he's going to the line. 5:58 on the clock. 27-12 on the scoreboard for the West.
You know, for Hopkinton, I feel bad that they've lost a player of this much talent. It's impressive to see what he's been able to bring as a point guard or guard more in general for the Blue Knights.
Well, he was all NH in D3 last year, coming in here and averaging 7.4 a game, and he had a game high 16 versus Pembroke in their loss to them on January 30th.
Yeah, he got called with referees call them on something that was very unfortunate that made them lose that game. And again, it was in Pembroke, so who knows what could happen if that's played in a neutral
All right,
site.
A good trap there by West yields a steal, and that one, good fight for it, was Nung, but it went off his foot. Did it? Nope. Yes,
yeah,
it did go off his foot.
With the West.
Yeah, it was good hustle. He was a little bummed about losing that one, but the trapping defense there for West up top yielded that steal. And from the three-point range is Max Hood. He's averaging 4 a game, but he's got 5 already. And it's 32-12, 20-point spread after it was a 2-point deficit. Heck of a turnaround.
It kind of reminds you of the way that West lost to Pelham last year. Just turning things on right at the right time.
All right, Porter misses the 3 ball. Good rebound and tight by the freshman Twomey. And he draws a foul in the lane. And Porter will throw it in for the Eagles. 5:23 on the clock. Eagles are down 20.
Obando was called with that foul.
And there's a reach there by Tanavasa. That's what we get for blowing his horn, huh? He comes up with a foul.
Well, now looks like he's going to get replaced here.
Yeah.
And coming into the game will be Elio Chavez.
And Chavez can do a whole lot. Like he's, their quote-unquote center at 6'3", and he's a big, strong, physical body.
Oh, actually, I'm wrong. It was actually Tanavasa that came out of the game. So West going with some size for sure down low.
All right, Eagles have the ball, looking to create out top is Kaysen Frechette. He's another freshman, and this one goes off the foot of Nung, and back on offense go the Blue Knights. Rich McDonough, Kyle Heavey here from Manchester Public Television. Always great to be with you. My inaugural game on the camera and the mic with here at West, and I'm loving it. Beautiful. I love this old gym.
100 years old
It's
is this
fantastic.
school. 101, I believe, actually, this year.
All right, we're under 5 minutes, folks. 32-12 for the home court Blue Knights. Max Scioscia could, with a 42-point night, he could get himself 1,000. He did have 41 earlier in the season. I think that was in a losing effort, though.
Obviously, it's about the win, and being up 20 here, you really don't have to see him out too much with having to be the lead scorer. It's about the team, so we'll see what happens. And with, like I said, 4 games in 5 days, you want to be able to rest him a little bit when you can.
Yeah, too much backside of the rim there. That 41-point effort, my bad, was not. It was versus Sanborn. I feel like that was early January, like January 6th or something like that. They did win that game. Good backside cut off the inbound. Nothing doing for C.J. Taylor. And West swings it around. Looking for Max Scioscia, but he's well covered there by David Bailey. And we got a timeout with 4:27.
Just nothing was opening up, and Rich just knew that, you know what, let's talk things over, get things squared away, and make sure that we're running these plays like I want them to be
totally
run.
reasonable call by Rich Otis. And I was about to say that we've been at this 20-point margin. It's been lingering for a little while after West went on that explosive run, Kyle. So I think Coach Otis wanted to kind of change the pace of things and get back in rhythm here, knowing his team. I mean, if you can go on another 5 to 8 point run in the next couple of minutes, you can start thinking about putting this team away for the night.
3 fouls, though, for the Eagles is kind of a tough spot. You don't want to allow West to hit the free throws, as we've seen them already knock them all down so far.
Right, and the high school rule change this year, you get the 5 fouls in a quarter you're shooting, and then it's wiped out per quarter.
Kind of a unique thing. It's part of me likes it, part of me does not like it.
Yeah, I think the old guy in me doesn't like it, but, give it a shot. I'm a lacrosse guy for decades and decades, played high school basketball all 4 years in varsity, and, it was working well in my opinion, but make the game better and give it a shot. All right, 4:25 and counting. Second quarter here at West at Quinn Gymnasium. The Blue Knights are up by 20 points, folks, if you're just tuning in. They were down early, 6-4, and they just went on a blazing run. About let's say, halfway through the first quarter to get to where we are right now with 4:12 left in the second. 32-12 is the count. And then one nice little inside out using the high post there in the person of Gonzalez. He kicks it out, nothing doing, but now getting back outside is Edmonds. And good job getting inside, gets over and down, and it's 34-12, folks. And we're getting lots of up-court pressure now. And then rotating over is Shosa. He's got an easy deuce, and it's 36-12. He's got to be coming up on 20 now. We'll check that at halftime.
I've lost count at this point. I just, it's impressive. Oh.
I think if they get way up, I don't know how many minutes they'll log, because he's certainly headed for 1,000, and it doesn't matter which night you do it.
Hoping that a towel or something like that can be put out there.
Yeah.
It seems like there was some sweat or something like that had come down from
as Chavez took the push. I wouldn't want to get pushed by him. He's a big dude.
Yeah, I'm all set.
3:30, and it's to go in the second, and it is 36-12. Getting it out long and tall is Marcus Tomey, and he goes down, and Porter starts to direct traffic, gets it into Bailey, who loses possession, but he gets it outside into the freshman Tristan Jones, and he drains a three, and it's 36-15 at 3:10, folks.
Jones actually listed as a junior, Rich, so we want to make sure that we get that right.
I read forward and freshman. Yes, he is a junior forward. My bad.
I was going to say, if he's a freshman, that's some good size. But
well, we do have Marcus Tomey right next to him on our stat book here, and he is a freshman with good size, and he's back in the back line. Man in the fort, down in the center for Coach Loyne. All right, 36-15 is the count, 21-point lead for the Blue Knights. Shosa misses on the three ball, and bringing it up the court is Owen Robertson. He dishes it off to Bailey, who puts the brakes on. Gets Sandwich out there at the top and gets it over to Twomey, who dishes back over to Robertson. Bailey's a good athlete, and he's really well guarded there by C.J. Taylor, giving Coach Otis some real good minutes right there. And it's a suffocating man-to-man right now. Good job, but hacked by C.J. Taylor. And that's the third team foul again. Oh, that's fourth team foul on the Knights. Next one puts Kennett at the line. One of my keys was to try to get them into the lane and draw off contact and get to the line. But the Knights have been pretty good about staying in discipline D as we hit the 2-minute mark here.
This man defense actually has been very good. It's been tight.
Yeah, there's nothing doing. Great hands going around the backside by Shosa. Can't get the turnover, but this one long rim and finds itself into Robertson. Robertson dishes to the top, and Porter banks it off from the left side of the lane. Good 15-footer there, and it's 36-17. First time it's been under 20 in a while, Kyle.
America's most convenient bank right there.
Wow. That needs to be a jingle somewhere, right?
I think I've heard about it.
All right. Nice dish into the high post there. Couldn't get the drop was Gonzalez, but it rolls around, and there's Shosa, and he jams and crams another one. That's his second dunk of the quarter, folks.
You're going to death by double-sided sword right there. If you let it go out of bounds, it's going to be West ball. You hit it back in, and Max just says, oh, thank you very much. I'll take that.
Yeah, I'd rather there it is than there he goes. Anyway, a little bit too tall for Nung, and the turnover results in another West possession. Too many turnovers. Another one of my keys is you got to protect the ball when you're playing a high-octane team like West. And it's 38-17. We're under a minute here in the first half in our second quarter. Again, Rich McDonough with Kyle Hebe here from Quinn Gymnasium, the West campus. Shosa looking to create, and he finds Gonzalez. Gonzalez goes to the rim and out, and Twomey gets the rebound. Nicely cut off there. Good defense by Edmonds. Good long ball and a good long pass. And Bailey goes up high, and he draws the 15th foul of the quarter, 31.8 seconds on the clock, and it's a shooting foul. So Bailey goes to the stripe.
Let's see how loud these fans will get here with trying to distract him, but obviously he's a captain for a reason and trying to get the points that needed.
He had 19 rebounds versus Kingswood. That's just a massive rebounding night, and he also, his game high for the season was he had 26 versus Stark. He hits the front end of 2.
Kingswood coming down here tomorrow. We'll see them.
Yeah, they're cramming for the exam, doing all the makeup games. All right, we're at 30 seconds now. After Bailey's 2, it's 38-19. So doubling up. And they're going to shoot for 1. You hear Otis barking out some commands from the bench, gives Max a holler, and he dishes it out to Hood, and Hood looks nice, little ball fake and head fake. Hood puts it up with the left, and on the foul was Gonzalez. And with that 5 fouls in the quarter, Kennett will go to the line, hoping to chop that lead down to 38-20, or, of course, 38-21.
That's one of those fouls where you're frustrated, because now Kennett would have had the ball with 4 seconds to go to get it all the way down the other end of the court to make a low percentage shot. Now
Here comes the noise.
Now they have a chance to get some points here with high percentage.
All right, Robertson back rims that one. Can't get the drop. And it was, you hear all the feet pounding. And he's just a sophomore, so he probably hasn't heard that deafening thunder.
Yeah, this gym gets loud. This roof reminds me of where the Seahawks play with the angle.
And Gonzalez got out of his blocks, avoided a call. And this one rolls out and off the hands of Nung. 2.2 seconds on the clock. Probably about to see a desperation heave.
If he had not touched that ball, it would have gone out of bounds, and Kennett would have had a chance.
And here comes that heave. And just holding on to it is Porter. I'll tell you what, he was looking real quick at the rim at the far end of the gym there. Thought better of it and said, we're down 18. We got the last 2 of the period. Let's just go to the locker room and regroup.
A 34-14 run over the last 10 minutes there for West will put them into the halftime, leading it 38-20 here.
38-20, yeah, blinding run to close out the first quarter, and then the momentum stayed all Blue Knights. Well, folks, we have first half is in the books. Fellas get a 10-minute break. Hometown Knights are leading 38-20. This is Rich McDonough with Kyle Heavey. We'll take our break, too, and we'll see you on the other side, folks. Glad to join us. Welcome back to Quinn Gymnasium at the West Side campus. Manchester West Blue Knights hosting the Kennett Eagles from up in North Conway. Glad to be back with you for half number 2. Rich McDonough, Kyle Heavey on the call this evening. Hometown club is up 38-20 after being down early, Kyle, 6-4. And in addition to everybody else, Mr. Max Shosa went on a blazing run, Kyle, to close that one out.
Yeah, it was kind of weird to see Kennett hit 2 big threes to get 6 points quickly, but then they just fell behind after Max did stuff like that.
Really nice cut from the backside. He gets his hips square to the basket, is Max Shosa. And that'll be after a 19-point outburst in half number 1. He's up at 21 already to lead all scorers, Kyle.
He came in 42 points away, now halfway there.
He sure is, yeah. If he drops another 21 here tonight, odds are long, but he can do it. He will be 1,000 points for his high school career, which is pretty special. I think there's only one other player in Manchester history for the girls team that had 1,000 points. Nice job by weaving in traffic, backing up, posting up, and then finding a really nice cutter and dropping it home. It's 42-20, folks. 1 minute gone already. And the Blue Knights are treating their guests rudely. Great outlet pass. Finds Max Shosa, and he drops in another. And he's at 23, folks, and counting. He's only, 19 points away from 1,000.
The issue is, though, Rich, 24-point lead now over these Eagles, and how much will Rich Otis keep him in the game?
Yeah, do you rest him or do you do it tomorrow night with the makeup game? Who are they playing tomorrow night,
The Kingswood Knights, so it's going to be a night battle at night.
All night long.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. What was that Lionel Richie?
Lionel Richie.
There we go.
I don't know. I think he'll be in the house, but who knows what's going to happen.
AGT, baby. All right, so sizing things up outside the three-point line, dishing it over was Edmonds, looking for and finding Shosa, but he can't. He front rims it, hits the glass and off, and back on offense go the Kennett Eagles, trailing now by 24 points at the 6:17 mark in the third quarter. And here comes that relentless trapping front court pressure here, and getting it over to Robertson. Robertson front rims, back rims, and Bailey, athletic captain, gets the rebound, gets to halfway up the key, squares up and drops one in, and cuts the lead back in half, 44-20. 2, that is. 5:55. You got 4s and 2s and 5s all over the scoreboard right now.
Except when it comes to the fouls.
That's for darn sure. Nobody in real foul trouble. Nobody had more than 2 in that first half. And we'll let you know if that changes. Looking it up from the three ball is the very sizable, muscular Obando. Nothing doing, and it goes across the whole lane. And Nung gets that rebound. Shortest guy on the floor gets the rebound, and he draws a foul at 5:28.
As someone that's 6'2", it was always the most frustrating thing is to somehow have the ball get to the littlest guy when you have long arms and are able to take up more space. But
you're 6'4", I'm 5'9". I used to irritate people by getting rebounds. I was pretty quick back in the day, and I could leap. Not bad for a 5'9" guy. I could actually drop it down, dunk. All right, here comes Shosa, the state D2 leading scorer, 28.6 a game. Certainly on pace to match that tonight or exceed it. And they find him out at the top. And finally, they double team him. He's getting double teamed a lot. He's only been limited to single digits one time this year. And that was an 8-point night against Hanover in a loss earlier in the season.
Again, those Bears are wily this year for sure.
Incredible.
Up in
Nice
Hanover.
job playing a little two-man game. Give it to David Bailey, your junior captain, and he gets to the rim and drops it in. Good job there by Kennett to get to that, get to the side of the rim. And then, once Bailey gets up near the 10, he can close it out as much as anybody. Going in is Tristan Jones, a junior forward. I said freshman earlier.
And we're going to time out for West as it's been a 4-point run here for Kennett. And Coach Otis wants to make sure that, hey guys, don't let them get hot. We don't need that in this game. With a 20-point lead, it still doesn't matter. We've seen it in the NBA where just team gets hot and they can go on a little run here, and that's try to avoid that from happening and get things squared away.
Well, I'll tell you, David Bailey can light it up for Kennett. Porter was their leading scorer, number 20 out there. He had 10 points in the first.
Again, he hit those 2 threes in the first 2 minutes, and that was a huge, actually 3 minutes because it was scoreless through the first minute of the game. But he was able to get some points, and we'll see what the junior can do on this 3-point play.
All right, Bailey going to the line after hitting that one in tight. The kiss off the glass, 4:40, and down by 20, 44-24. Junior captain, and he drains that one, nothing but net there.
Very nice shot right there.
Absolutely, very smooth, 44-25. It is a tall climb that the Eagles have in front of them.
Eagles trying though. The defense is actually
well, that was
working
good
to the
rotation
perfection
over by
right here.
And he gets to the glass and he gets the roll. And after being down 24, they've shaved 7 points off that margin there. 4:15 on the clock. And they're doing some little rotations on defense, trying to get to the ball early and force long passes. Good philosophy right there from Coach Loyne. When in doubt, though, get it to Max.
We are
a little too many jab steps there from Hood. Probably thought his brother was out there defending him on the ice. And
fans kind of not appreciating Gary Walsh right now as he's politely asking them how school was today. I can only imagine that's a conversation right there.
Well, I'm sure he had to. His son is the other official across the way tonight. I'm sure he had to ask him where he was during his classes many times. All right, great rebound in there by Marcus Tomey. And he had 2 fouls and no points, but he gets on the board in the second. And it is now, folks, a 15-point lead after having been as high as 24. 3:35 in the third quarter. Rich McDonough, Kyle Heavey here tonight. Loving being in this great old gym, Kyle.
Well, welcome. This is actually certainly a fun one. And
well, that was a great retreat dribble by Hood. Couldn't get it done. And Kennett couldn't finish off what looked to be a certain turnover, and a little bit too much contact given on Hood by Nung.
Nice 9-0 run here for the Eagles.
Yeah, big time.
Nice job getting the net squared away.
In that first half, in addition to Shosa dropping 19, Tevin Edmonds had 7, as did Will Tanavasa.
Porter coming back out here.
All right, 3:13 and counting in the third, folks. Giving it over to Hood. He takes one long look and swings it back up to Edmonds. Good pressure there by Porter. And I tell you what, David Bailey is camped out on Shosa's hip right now, trying to play deny. And he overcooked the grits there, and too much contact in the lane. Another foul on Kennett. And Shosa goes to the opposite side to inbound at the 2:52 mark. His team up by 15, 44-20. All right, directing traffic. Edmonds, good point guard, always has his chin up. He's looking, he passed up the 3 ball, thought better of it, and then goes back into Otis's offense where they try the inside-outside. Hood drops it from about 19 feet, and that swells the lead back to 47-29, an 18-point margin for the Blue Knights.
First points in 3 minutes there.
And here comes that great trap and pressure, and that causes a turnover as Tristan Jones carries it, and they turn that ball back over to the Blue Knights at 2:26. And the Knights looking to get back up by the 20-point margin that they had a while ago. Using the high post right now, try to change the Kennett zone. They do get the shape bent out of, the zone bent out of shape, and they get it to the side. 3 ball launched up there by,
not pleased.
that was Rosa, excuse me, I almost.
Marquise Twomey not happy with getting called with that foul.
He had 2 in the first, and I think that was his first of this quarter, so he's got 3 for the game. There we go, yeah, 3 fouls, they just put that up.
Amazing how fast they can hear you, Rich.
Yes. I should be down on the clock maybe instead of in the booth here. And another one. And that'll send Gonzalez to the line.
Kennett got to be careful here with 4 fouls. Nice little free throw there.
Yeah, that was Jones drawing that one. I thought it was Twomey again, but it was Jones.
Gonzalez.
No, I meant the foul.
Oh, okay.
Foul, my bad. But that's 4 team fouls in the quarter. 1 more and they go to the line. And again, the rule changes here. You wipe out the 5th foul after each quarter. So if you get to 5, you're shooting. All right, way to post up. Good job with his back to the basket was David Bailey, and he draws one from Max. Max doesn't like it.
I mean, his arms were right up in the air. He did not do anything. I understand his frustration because he did everything to the T of what is needed in to defending.
But,
yeah.
you know, you got an athletic guy in David Bailey who almost the same height. I mean, Max is listed at 6'5", I think, and Bailey looks like he's about 6'4", and he's more muscular than Shosa, and he was able to post him up pretty well. I agree with you on the limited amount of contact there, and that's why Shosa was surprised. Nevertheless, Bailey goes to the line and drops both of them and cuts it back to 17.
Just his first foul of the game, so he's in very good shape, and we'll see how much he plays in this 4th quarter.
Yeah, I think he's up to 23 points on the books tonight. I'll check that, possibly at the quarter. Hard to get a word in at the scorers table. All right, but we're at a 1 minute and a half and counting, and Shosa goes underneath, goes baseline, tries to get over the other side of the rim, but draws a good foul. And that's the 5th foul, which means for the rest of the quarter on any foul, the Knights will be shooting. And that foul was assessed to Marquis Twomey this time. I think that's his 3rd or 4th.
That's number 4.
4.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in, as this free throw, if he's able to make it, will put the lead back up to 19.
Oh, and Joseph front rims it, but great rebound there by Gonzalez. Dishes it back outside, and missing everything was Shosa. How often have you ever seen him miss like that?
Don't know what went wrong there, but that reaction was worth
seeing. He had an
seeing.
agonized look on his face. All right, good kick out there to Twomey, and he decides to go baseline. Can't do it, throws it across the entire length of the court and finds Robertson. Robertson can't dish. And great pressure defense there by West. They swung number 22 up for the night, but good defense there.
One way to get a cheerleader's attention, throw the ball
at
her.
I never could get cheerleaders' attention there, Cotton. All right, 107. Shosa inbounding. They get the stack and they break it up and out to the wing. And now to the 3-point line, outside the 3 line is Edmonds. He dishes it out to the side, and Hood drops another one, folks. He had 1 in the first, and he's got a couple more. Another 3-ball here in the 3rd quarter. And Hood's having himself a good night.
21-point lead here, Rich, and things are looking very good over here at the Quinn Gymnasium.
Oh, that's a really nice drive and a float. Way to get the ball high up and over a very athletic defender and drop that one in. Good job by Nung. He runs the floor real well, and he can shoot the 3-ball, and great head fake. Took advantage of his defender. We're under 30, folks. Good inbounds to Gonzalez, and getting a foul from behind is Robertson, and that'll send Gonzalez to the line. Again.
It's just 22 seconds, and just a lot of aggravation as trying to just tie it up, and getting called to that was Owen Robertson.
Yeah, just a big
sophomore.
reach from behind there. Boy, Gonzalez rocked that one off the backboard. He's smiling at his teammates.
Whatever works. Whatever
he
works.
Didn't call it though. He didn't call glass, so they don't want to give him a point. Can't get this one to drop, and 20 seconds left on the clock. Time for Kennett to run one play, finding Robertson inside all alone, and a good recovery and a great block by Gonzalez. Blocks it into the hands of Shosa. He's got the ball, and he's looking to dish, and we're at 8, 7, 6 and counting. Edmonds with the ball, trying to create, finds Max. Max with the long ball, goes over the back rim, and that'll take us to the end of the 3rd. Back and forth action here, and it's 53-33, a 20-point lead for the Blue Knights in this important NHIAA D2 game.
And for Kennett, they had got it down to 15 before West had gotten back into things. Right. And for Kennett, they got to look at what was working there and try to get things going for the final 8 minutes of this contest.
Right.
For West, you know what's working, and with a 20-point lead, you can even try some new things out and really confuse the Eagles. So,
well, I tell you, Coach Otis, remember he called that timeout when Kennett merely had a 4-point run going, and he was irritated. And I think he read them a quick riot act right there, and they got their game amped back up again. But a good quarter by both teams. It's just too much lead for the Blue Knights, and it's a 53-33 margin for the hometown Knights as we enter the 4th quarter. And again, Knights came in at 8-3 in D2, and they're in 6th place and looking for more.
This is a very big week for
Huge.
The Blue Knights with all these games. So to be able to get some wins is beneficial to
absolutely
standings.
Well, you definitely want to hold serve on your own court, and because you got a hard schedule coming up. I think they've got a home and home coming against Pelham, number 2 team in the state. And nice job going to the rim is Nung, and he draws a foul and drops the deuce. And it's 53-35. 7:52 on the clock.
Some revenge might be served in that game on Wednesday for the Blue Knights, who really still have a feeling of unhappiness of last year. But for West, I mean, they would love to get a championship this year, as they have not had a championship here since '93.
Yeah, all right. Well, Nunn completed that three-pointer right there. I'm probably going to end up on Howard Stern after that euphemism just a minute ago. All right, goes ricochets off and over the baseline, and an inbound play coming for Edmonds. They stack it up, and Hood rotates outside of the wing. Nice entry pass, and then gets it down to Edmonds, who dishes it out. Nung runs the floor with Shosa on the chase, and good job using his body by Nung, and he's got 5 points in about 30 seconds there, Kyle.
Unbelievable that his ability to get away from the long stretch of Max to block that shot and get that through the cylinder.
Well, my notes, and I watched him play, he runs the floor really well, and that was one of my keys, was get him running. And when he has, they do well. It's just West plays some good, solid defense. There's Roberts reaching again. Last time he did that, he drew a foul, and we're under 7 minutes already, folks. Whoa, what a ballet act by Max Shosa. And he's
calling timeout.
Up on his tiptoes, and Otis wasn't happy with that. All right, 6:54 on the timeout here, and it's 53-38.
Trying to figure out what they're saying here.
Trying to make that out. We want someone. Yeah, we want Foster. They want Foster is what they're saying. That'd be Keyshawn Foster, number 5 for the Blue Knights.
Let's see where he's at.
I think he's turning red on the bench there.
Coach knows it's my decision, not the fans, to make that call. As you can see, a lot of the smiles on the face. I see certainly. Keyshawn
Foster smiling ear to ear right now. He's not getting in the game, but he did lead the team fist bumps.
You know, that's makes a great teammate, though.
All right, Tyree Torres inbounding it, finds himself Edmonds. Good point guard. Torres takes a look at it, dishes back to Edmonds, and he swings it over to Hood. Hood thought better of it as Twomey was approaching quickly. And you see the rotation over there by Nung. And they find Torres again. He keeps looking at that rim, and Hood does it at this time. That's his third 3 of the game, folks. And it's right back to an 18-point margin at 6:25 in the fourth.
And we have an issue with the net, so we need the tallest player on the court to go up there and jump it and fix it. And well,
I'll tell you, that's a sign of a well-delivered 3 ball there by Hood.
Jermaine Gonzalez, good job to you, able to fix that net. Tommy point.
All right, 6:20, folks, in the fourth quarter. Nung loses control but gets it back and dishes it off to Tristan Jones. Jones take a long look inside, nobody home. Robertson, good rotation over by Edmonds, but too much physicality, and ref Walsh has to call that one, no doubt about it.
Boy, I would need a chiropractor if I had a collision like that and able to stay in this game, and we will get some new blood out here.
Yeah, Cruz comes in for Torres, and he took a long look to Coach Otis, and moving up the bench is Keyshawn Foster. Fans might get their wish, Kyle.
We'll see.
We'll know it if he goes in, that's for sure. We won't even have to say it. I think the crowd's going to be plenty loud.
For West, that's 2 fouls, though. And we're still trying to get things squared away here as Gary Walsh has to quickly discuss Well,
I'll tell you, Israel Cruz really wanted to be in there. He's smiling, and he couldn't believe they stopped. They blew the whistle again. We had a tech. And to the line goes Nung all by himself. That's what they were talking about. Couldn't hear from down here. It's very loud up here in the rafters here, Kyle.
Yeah, this ceiling is certainly makes the noise go straight back down.
I think it was all my years playing in bands. I just can't hear anymore, Kyle.
tough right there, missing both free throws.
Yeah, Nung's got to have that, especially while you're all alone there. But anyway, all right, it's 56-38. Kennett's on the has the offense after the missed technical free throws. Nung missed both of them. Gets it in down low to Bailey. Bailey turns, shoots, can't get it. Front rim, back rim, and then Shosa gets the handle. Brings it over the half-court line, dishes it up to Edmonds. Edmonds goes to the line. Pretty good block there by Tristan Jones. And back on offense in the hands of Bailey. He surveys the court, nothing doing, good defense. And here comes the newly inserted Israel Cruz there, D'ing up Nung. Well, and good job there, and it sails high and out of bounds, and another turnover. And he gets a little love from the crowd.
Yeah, I was going to say, that was certainly a trying to send it over to the fans in the stands.
Edmond did a balancing act there, trying to get that ball into Hood. And here they bang it over to Cruz. He looks at that rim, thought better of it, and dishes around. They swing the ball around. Here comes Hood. Can he get four? No, front rim hit the glass. Nothing doing this time for Hood, but he has had three balls tonight. 56-38 is our count. Rich McDonough here with Kyle Hebe. Kyle doing it all as usual, on camera, on production, and on color commentary. Max goes to the rim. No doubt about where that was going, Kyle, no doubt. And back to a 20-point lead we go. He's creeping up on 42. He's somewhere in the 20s at this point.
Good patience right there. Look at his teammates like he was going to pass. Defender laid off of him and is able to get the bucket.
Yeah, good job finishing by Jones. And, and we're going the other way.
Kind of a unique call there. He had really gotten his possession on the other side of the court, and it's called a backcourt violation.
Yeah, that was quite an adjective. Unique.
Yeah,
good job.
Just I can not lose sleep over that for sure. And they're yelling again, give us Foster.
Give us Foster. I love it.
It worked for Nugget in the first game, so we'll see if Keyshawn is able to get up there. Keyshawn was a very valuable player for the football team for this season as well. But, you know, we'll see. 18-point lead, 4:40 to go. No fouls for Kennett. It's just a matter of time, I'm thinking, and these fans paid to get in here and are going to do their best to get what they want.
Give us Foster. All right, we're at 4:40, folks, in the fourth quarter. There's some consonants there. 4:40, folks, in the fourth. All right, and it's 58-40 for the Blue Knights over the visiting Kennett Eagles. Drove all the way down from North Conway.
Yeah, they got out of school early for this for sure.
Like dawn.
Not that bad.
No, I'm kidding. I coached all those years at HB, and we had that long drive once a year to Keene. And you got to unravel the muscles after that long bus ride. And that one just hits the noggin of Kobe Nung, the younger brother of Bo Nung.
And look at that, Keyshawn getting in the game.
And here we go. And there he is down low being guarded by Owen Robertson. I'll bet you if he gets the ball, Kyle, we're going to hear it from the crowd. And we're going to hear it now. They just gave him some big round of applause over there. 4:16 and counting, 58-40 for the Knights. They could go 9-3 with this win here tonight. And that's
we actually
really
are getting an ejection from a fan here who Gary Walsh was speaking with. And, well, didn't like what was being said, and Gary has that power to let him out, and so things I didn't expect to see today.
Yeah, that's the first. I mean, I've seen a zillion high school basketball games and played in a bunch, and haven't seen that one. That's a first. Well, first time doing a broadcast in this barn, Kyle, and we got our first ejection. All right, inbounding and looking for Shosa. Can't do it, can't handle. It's too low for the big guy. And we're under 4 minutes, folks, and it's 58-40 for the Blue Knights.
Knights just got to keep doing what they're doing with this lead with, this little time left in the game. And look at what we just, as I was saying.
Well, Edmonds stepped in front of that pass, and got to the rim, but also got fouled on the way up. And that foul goes against 12. I believe that'll do it for Twomey. Yeah, that's number 5 on Twomey, and he takes a seat. He gave Coach some good minutes, but too physical too many times, and he will ride the pine for the rest of the night.
And I understand his frustration with that last call is, you think you time it well to get the block, and referee saw it differently, and now it's out of the game and has to sit and watch this last 3 minutes and 42 seconds.
All right, Edmonds goes to the line, hits the first one, 3:42 and counting, puts his team up 19, 59-40, and looking to make it 20. And Edmonds smoothly does so, and the Eagles get the ball back, but staring at one heck of a gulf. 20-point lead with 3.5 minutes left. It's pretty close to impossible, Kyle.
Yeah, it's been high teens to 20s since the first quarter. And
West stays in their game. They're still trapping, still playing prevent, deny, and getting to the deck and getting a hand was Keyshawn Foster, number 5. The kid gets in there, and he backpedals and finds the court monster and finds himself a seat, much to the delight of his fellow students.
I feel like they're going to have a warning. Objects may leave the playing field as we've seen a ball.
Whoa, and big old Shosa goes baseline. Nobody rotates over, and he gets airborne. That's his 3rd or 4th dunk of the game. And I'd love to know what the scorebook has on it. We can't get down there easily enough to get that score, but he is closing in on a 1,000-point career, folks. All right, good defense by Keyshawn Foster. And it gets himself a big hand from the crowd, and the turnover ensues. Long ball intercepted or deflected there by Jones, and out of bounds, and it'll stay with West. Oh, the crowd is delighted with Foster over there.
And getting some love, and most likely done for the day is Edmonds.
And here comes the 3 ball from Shosa. Nothing doing, front of the iron, but Keyshawn gets himself a rebound, dribbles out of trouble, and then they swing it. And here comes Cruz. He was looking, and one more time. He keeps looking at that rim and not firing it. He stayed disciplined, and as a longtime coach myself, you admire it. Shosa gets to the rim, and he pivots and too many steps. I thought it was going to draw that call, and he did. 2:26 and counting. It's back over 20 points. It is a 22-point lead, Kyle, for the hometown Knights.
For the Eagles, they just got to be happy that they had the lead early. They were able to do some things well, and we'll see what they have to come back here in the playoffs. The way things are working out for them is they're going to drop 4 of their last 7, I believe you were saying earlier.
Yeah, they're 4 of their last 6 they've dropped, and this will be 5 of the last 7 with this one tonight. But they got a tough schedule coming up. I mean, they've got to play number 5 Bow, then they're at number 4 Pembroke, and then they're home. Their last 4 games, they're road warriors, but they get to hold home court for their last 4. But that's no easy task either, as they host Co-Brown Northern, which is sitting in 3rd place right now. Then they're Kingswood. They play winless Brady, and then Plymouth.
And Max is done for the day after getting those 2-point buckets. So I'm going to assume that he's got to be at about 35 at this point.
I'd say somewhere around there, and look for him tomorrow night to eclipse the 1,000-point mark. Should be special. Not sure if we're going to get that call tomorrow night, but it'll be wonderful to see, Kyle.
Big 3 right
nice
there.
Ball, yeah, that was
Kai
swing
Eaton.
player. Who was it? Oh, Kai Eaton, yeah. Yeah, he moved up. He's a freshman. Good job. All right, that makes it 64-45, back under 20. Here comes a 3 ball from Rosa. That's too much, goes up and high. And coming down into the hands of Taylor. Unable to handle it there was Cruz, but behind him there was Rosa. Dishes to Cruz, finds Taylor at the point, or excuse me, at the top of the key. And a turnover ensues, and Coach Otis is not happy. Boy, that guy coaches all the minutes, doesn't he, Kyle?
There's, 32 minutes in a game, and he will continue every single second to make sure that his team is doing the right things.
Yeah, I got to chat with him before. Nice guy. Real nice guy. Anyway, we are under a minute. We're at 45 seconds and counting, folks. It's a 64-45 spread for the Manchester Whites Blue Knights. Again, they play Kingswood next, and then they're at Pelham, and then they host Milford. They have to go to Bow, sitting in 5th place, and then they finish at home with number 2 Pelham and Souhegan. So they got to win the winnable games and put themselves in the top third of the bracket, and they can get themselves a home game in the tournament, where anything can happen, as we know, Kyle.
Certainly, as West thought they were in good shape last year to get that championship, and who knows what can happen going into the playoffs.
Yeah, they were 4th seed, and they're sitting in 6th right now, but they were 4th seed last year after going 16-4, and then they won their first round game, and then they lost to Pelham, which got on that diabolical roll. And that'll do it, folks. After 32 minutes of play, a decisive 64-45 point win. I don't think there's any doubt about our player of the game tonight, Kyle.
No, I can verify that for sure, but I got to give runner-up. I mean, Edmonds had a great game. I was very impressed with him.
Did a terrific job.
And then for Kennett, you got to give them some love. I thought that, a mixture of Young played pretty well, and Tevin Porter was able to make some baskets.
Sure, and then Bailey had a decent second half, but it was not near enough for the pretty high-octane Manchester West Blue Knights. Good game to watch, but folks, watch this channel, Manchester Public Television, Channel 16, streaming, because our buddy Max Schosa shoots for the lights and the 1,000-point mark for his career. Should be fun, Kyle. What do you think?
Yeah, tomorrow night's going to be a special night, and we'll be back to do this. So we'll end it here for now, as we got a big time. We got to get some rest to be ready for tomorrow's action here. For Executive Director Jason Cody, Operations Specialist Joe Lahr, Operations Assistant Brendan McCormick, my name's Kyle Heavey. For Coach Rich McDonough, it's been a pleasure to be with you tonight.
It's a blast.
And thank you very much for watching Manchester Public Television. We'll look forward to seeing you again. Have a great night.